In the vast expanse of the galaxy, the prestigious Zoran Academy was known for its rigorous curriculum. Students from various planets flocked there to learn about advanced sciences, intergalactic diplomacy, and most importantly, safety protocols. The Academy's latest initiative was to include a field trip to Earth, a planet notorious for its classification as a death world. As the alien students, a mix of Krythons, Eldorians, and Naxxarans, boarded their shuttle, their enthusiasm was palpable. Their instructors, seasoned academicians, had prepared them for every conceivable danger Earth presented. They were briefed on the ferocity of its wildlife, the unpredictability of its weather, and the myriad threats that seemed to lurk around every corner. Remember, their head instructor, Professor Trellian, warned with an air of gravitas, "Earthlings do not require safety lessons because they have evolved to thrive in chaos. Their instincts are sharper than any predators." The students chuckled nervously, their imaginations running wild with thoughts of rampaging bears and venomous snakes. When they landed in a lush forest in North America, they were greeted by the sights and sounds of nature, a cacophony of chirping birds, rustling leaves, and the distant roar of a waterfall. "All right, class," Professor Trellian said, trying to maintain order. "Let's begin our safety exercise. Everyone stay close together. We'll split into groups and explore the area, but remember, don't touch anything unless I give the go-ahead." As the students moved through the woods, they marveled at the beauty around them. Everything was mesmerizing until a loud rustling noise startled them. A group of wild deer bounded across their path, and the students froze, instinctively drawing closer together. "See? It's dangerous," one of the Krythons squeaked, his eyes wide. Just then, a small human child appeared, chasing after the deer, laughing and shouting, "Mom, look at them. They're so fast." The alien students exchanged glances, their confusion evident. How could a creature so seemingly fragile not only cohabitate with such wild beasts, but also pursue them with unrestrained glee? "Keep moving," Professor Trellian instructed. "Stay focused." But the allure of the child's laughter was too enticing. They followed the sound deeper into the woods. Moments later, they stumbled upon a clearing where a group of humans was setting up a picnic. The scene was surreal. Children laughing, adults chatting, and an array of food laid out on a checkered blanket. They watched in awe as one of the humans casually tossed a frisbee across the field, only for a large, shaggy dog to dart after it with reckless abandon. "What a foolish creature," a Veldorian student murmured, "to play with a predator like that." Before anyone could respond, a nearby human man stood up, laughing, and gave the dog a playful pat on the head as it returned with the frisbee. "See," the Krython exclaimed, "they're completely unafraid." As they lingered at the edge of the clearing, they noticed a commotion. One of the children had fallen, scraping their knee. Instantly, a swarm of adults rushed over, their faces filled with concern. The alien students braced themselves for the worst, expecting panic or horror. Instead, the humans comforted the child, bandaged the scrape with expert hands, and even offered a distraction with a toy. The child was back to giggling in no time, utterly unfazed. "Is this a joke?" the Naxxaran asked, utterly bewildered. "How can they be so calm?" Suddenly, a rustle in the bushes caught their attention. Out stepped a massive bear, its fur glistening in the sunlight. Panic swept through the students as they prepared to flee, but the humans simply stood their ground, eyes wide with wonder rather than fear. "Let's observe," Professor Trellian urged, waving them to stay. To the shock of the alien students, the bear approached the picnic area drawn in by the scent of food. The humans, rather than fleeing, began to clap and cheer, encouraging the bear to take a few cautious steps closer. They had even prepared a pile of fruits on the edge of their blanket. With a cautious glance, the bear sniffed the air, then ambled over, sniffing the offered treats as the humans laughed and filmed the encounter. What is happening?" a Veldorian whispered, his voice trembling. "That bear could crush them," the Krython stuttered. "Why aren't they afraid?" Finally, the bear retreated, satisfied with its unexpected bounty, while the humans celebrated the brief encounter, snapping pictures and sharing stories of their brave visitor. As the alien students observed, their initial thoughts about Earthlings shifted. They began to grasp that these humans thrived in a world filled with potential danger, relying not solely on caution, but on a profound understanding of their environment and a fierce adaptability. When the class finally returned to the academy, they were buzzing with questions and revelations. "Perhaps safety lessons aren't always necessary," one Naxxaran mused, still processing the day's events. "Maybe it's about embracing the chaos instead." And trusting our instincts, another added. Deathworlders have something we do not. Professor Trellian nodded, his usual stern demeanor softening. Indeed, while caution is vital, it's clear that true resilience is born from experience. Perhaps we should rethink our safety protocols. As the students settled back into their studies, they carried with them a newfound respect for the humans and their peculiar ways. They had learned that sometimes living on the edge wasn't just about survival. It was about embracing life in all its messy, unpredictable glory. And thus, the day ended with a valuable lesson. Earthlings may not need safety lessons, but the wisdom they offered was more profound than any protocol could ever teach.